Let's take a quick look at the 2016 NBA playoff bracket where the Utah Jazz defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 4-1 to win the title, going through New Orleans, Portland, and Oklahoma City to get there. And now the 2017 regular season gets underway in Minneapolis. The Utah Jazz take on the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. The starting lineup for the Jazz to open the season: Gordon Hayward and Trey Burke in the backcourt. Derek Favors, the man in the middle. And the two forwards, Peter Rowland and LaMarcus Aldridge. Kevin Love and the Timberwolves exited the first round of the playoffs last season. 2 years ago, they were responsible for knocking the Jazz out of the playoffs in the second round in a 6-game series victory. Game action underway. Peter Rowland to Gordon Hayward for the reverse layup. Game tied at 5 early on. Trey Burke down the lane puts the Jazz up 7-5. Still in the first quarter. Right side, Derek Williams hits the three, followed by a Jordan Crawford three from the left side. Timberwolves up 14-7. Ricky Rubio stolen away by David Riley. Riley to Stephen Washington for the left-handed layup. Minnesota leads by 4 in the second quarter now. Andre Blatch to Gordon Hayward for the dunk. Timberwolves lead by 7 in the second. Chase Budinger to Gorgie Dang. Layup good. Minnesota leads by 9. 4-point game now in the third. Kevin Love for 3. He knocks it down. Timberwolves lead by 7, now by 8 in the third quarter. David Riley around a screen hits the 2, 69-63. In the fourth quarter, 90-80, Minnesota with the lead. Ricky Rubio knocks down the trifecta. It's 93-80. And then Rubio to the hole, up in off the glass. Minnesota leads by 15 with 5 minutes to go. Peter Rowland with the hammer down the baseline over the top of Nikola Pekovic. Cuts the Minnesota lead to 10. And he is fouled on the play. Peter Rowland again, the Dr. J-like reverse layup, cuts the Minnesota lead to 7. Less than 2 minutes to go. Rubio finds Pekovic for the layup. T-Wolves by 7 now with 1:25 to go. Rebound by Derek Favors. Out to Trey Burke. He pulls up in transition and knocks down the 3. 4-point game. 50 seconds now. Trey Burke with a deep 3 looking down the barrel. Cuts the Timberwolves lead to 1. Jazz on a 20-6 run. Ricky Rubio taking matters into his own hands. Spin move. Up in off the glass. Minnesota leads 103-100 with 38 seconds to go in the game. LaMarcus Aldridge at the elbow. Hayward around the screen for 3 and the lead. No, it's rebounded by Gorgie Dang. Utah fouls him. Dang makes 1 out of 2 free throws, misses the other one. 5.3 seconds to go. Timberwolves by 3. Gordon Hayward, 2 seconds. Throws up a desperation 3 and knocks it down. And we are headed to overtime, tied at 105 here in Minneapolis in a thrilling season opener. Derek Williams from the right corner in overtime puts Minnesota up by 3. At this point, 26 points for Williams on 5 of 6 shooting. Rubio behind the head pass to Pekovic. Lays it up and in. T-Wolves by 1. To the right side, Gordon Hayward for 3 puts Utah up 112-111 with 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. Rubio back to Jordan Crawford, looking down the barrel, knocks down the 3. Utah by 2 with 36 seconds. T-Wolves get the stop. Rubio has it. A mix-up defensively, and Gorgie Dang is wide open for the layup. We're heading to double overtime. Ricky Rubio, left-handed scoop up in off the glass. Puts Minnesota up by 2. Tied now. Pekovic over to the left corner. Derek Williams with another 3. He was on fire in this game. T-Wolves by 3. Less than a minute to go now. Gorgie Dang finds Derek Williams in the right corner, and he knocks down another 3, and Minnesota goes on to win 126-121, the final score in double overtime. And the 2017 season is underway. Look at some of the game statistics. Jazz shot 50%. Minnesota was 16 of 30 on threes and got to the free throw line more than the Jazz. Derek Williams finished with 34 points for Minnesota. Jordan Crawford with 18, Rubio 17, and 19 assists for Ricky Rubio. 17 points, 19 assists. Peter Rowland led the Jazz with 22 points and 8 rebounds. Trey Burke chipped in 21, Hayward 16, Favors and Seraphin and Aldridge also in double figures. Second game of the season, the Jazz beat the Nuggets 121-100. So they shot 42 free throws in this game. Game number 3, the Jazz beat the Suns 97-94 to go 2-1. The Jazz shot 39 free throws, getting to the line a lot so far in the early season. The Jazz beat the Pelicans 113-88. So they improved their record to 3-1. And then they lose to the Chicago Bulls 122-103. And then they beat the Miami Heat 101-92 to improve to 4-2 on the young season. Quick look at the Northwest standings after 6 games. The Blazers and the Jazz tied at 4-2. Minnesota's at 4-3. The Thunder at 2-3, and the Nuggets at 2-5. Jazz beat the Sacramento Kings 111-90. Then went on to beat the Indiana Pacers 91-85. As we just cycle through some scores here. Generally don't simulate games, but wanting to do a 4th season of NBA 2K14 here. So trying to get this season done with, because I will definitely buy the new NBA 2K17 game that will be coming out shortly, because the Jazz will have new uniforms, and definitely excited about the upcoming season. Next up, the Jazz face the Kings in game number 11 of 2017, and we have the highlights for you here. From Salt Lake City, the Jazz at 8-2, the Kings at 5-6, coming into the game. LaMarcus Aldridge gets to Trey Burke, who reverse pivots, lays it up and in to give Utah an 8-5 lead. DeMarcus Cousins with the turnaround jump hook from the right side. 12-7 Utah early. Cousins, cross-court pass knocked away by Peter Rowland. David Riley has it. Back to Rowland, rewarding the steal for the layup. Jazz lead 18-12 in the first quarter. 23-18 now. Kevin Seraphin, turnaround, fall-away shot, good. Jazz by 7. Into the left side, Peter Rowland drives, baseline, and hammers it down over the top of Kings defenders for the and one. One-handed flush by Peter Rowland, third-year player out of New Mexico. Left side, Trevor Ariza knocks down the 3. Cuts the Jazz lead to 7 early in the second quarter. Knocked away and picked up by Favors on to Alec Burks, who spins in the lane and drops in the layup. Jazz lead by 14 in the second. 13-point lead. Hayward with the block. Trey Burke has it. In transition, he pulls up. Top of the key, knocks down the 3. And the Jazz are up by 16 with 4:20 to go. Favors with another block. Burke has it on the run to Stephen Washington on the right side. One-handed dunk on the break, and the Jazz lead by 18. They go on to post a 64-43 halftime lead. Peter Rowland with 16 points and a rebound, and shooting 63% from the field in the first half. Second half action now. Shane Larkin from the right side knocks down the three, cutting the lead to 20. Hayward trying to get it back, doesn't match. Favors with the rebound, up in off the glass, no foul, but the Jazz lead by 22. 20-point lead still. Burks at the top of the key, left side to David Riley. Elbow extended, knocks down a three to put the Jazz up by 23. The Jazz are cruising in this one. Peter Rowland drive, up in, off the rim, but rebounded by Aldridge, who puts it home. The Jazz lead by 24. 19-point lead now, late in the game. J.J. Redick from the top of the key cuts the lead to 17. Now a beautiful pass here from DeMarcus Cousins to Ben McLemore, who drops it in, cutting the lead to 15. Rebound in the final closing minutes. The Jazz go on to win 113-90. And the Kings fall to 5-7. Utah finishes shooting 56%. Trevor Ariza with 15 points led the Kings. DeMarcus Cousins with 12 points. Not a great performance by Sacramento. LaMarcus Aldridge leads the Jazz with 23 points and 12 boards. A big game for Derek Favors also with 13 points and 19 rebounds.